toxic people don't fear your anger. In fact, they crave it. They want your screams, your tears, and your emotional chaos because it proves one thing. They control you. Your reaction is their oxygen. But there is one thing that terrifies a manipulator to their absolute core. A weapon so brutal, it drives them into a state of pure, unpredictable panic. Absolute. Silence. Because silence is not the absence of words. It is the ultimate sound of self-mastery. It is the exact second you refuse to step into their trap, shut down their game, and reclaim your sovereignty. We live in a modern world drowning in noise. Everyone is desperate to be heard, begging for validation and fighting to get the last word. But the ancient Stoics understood a psychological truth that 99% of men will never realize. The louder a person screams, the weaker the peace inside their soul. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When you truly grasp this, a dangerous shift happens. You realize that no one can hurt you, disrespect you, or manipulate you unless you actively give them permission to do so. Your silence becomes an impenetrable shield, and your calmness becomes their psychological nightmare. Today, you are going to learn the 7 silent behaviors that will make toxic people fear your composure without you saying a single word. Do not miss a single second of this breakdown, especially behavior number 5. It is a psychological trap so powerful, it forces manipulators to completely destroy themselves. Let's begin. Behavior 1. Absolute observation, zero reaction. The observer always wins. When a toxic person attacks, they are conducting an emotional experiment. They throw an insult, a lie, or a passive-aggressive comment into the room, and they wait anxiously to see how you change. They want noise. They want tears. They want defense. But when they look at you and face a wall of pure, unbothered observation, their psychological plan collapses. Your calmness becomes their absolute confusion. While they expect fire, you give them a freezing stillness. You see their manipulation, you notice their tone, and you understand their weak intentions. But you refuse to take the bait. Silence isn't a lack of action, it is a calculated strategy. Every second you remain centered, you force them to confront their own unstable behavior. By staying quiet, you starve the monster. The power shifts instantly from them to you. Behavior 2. The art of silent withdrawal. Arguing with a toxic person is like playing chess with someone who keeps flipping the board. You cannot win by explaining yourself, and you cannot reason with someone who thrives on chaos. Seneca once wrote, "The best reply to anger is silence." That silence is not passive submission. It is intense discipline. It is the conscious decision to stop handing the keys of your mental peace to people who don't deserve them. The less you explain, the more they reveal themselves. When you refuse to argue, they lose their grip. They will start talking to themselves, desperately trying to guess what you are thinking. Your absence of a reaction becomes a mirror that exposes their madness. You didn't lose the debate. You won the entire war the moment you decided to walk away. Behavior 3. Tactical distance over toxic drama. A parasite needs a host to survive, and a manipulator needs proximity to control you. They need access to your emotions so they can twist them against you. But the moment you choose distance, you strip them of their only weapon. Distance is not coldness. It is ultimate clarity. It is like climbing a mountain during a thunderstorm. Once you reach the top, you look down and see how small and insignificant the storm actually is. The Stoics called this apatheia, not a state of being a robot, but total freedom from emotional slavery. Some battles are not meant to be fought. They are meant to be outgrown. Distance restores your power to choose peace when chaos calls your name. Behavior 4, weaponized kindness. This is emotional mastery in its rarest form. Toxic people want you to mirror their toxic energy. They want to drag you down into the mud so they don't feel alone in their misery. But when you respond to their disrespect with a calm, steady kindness, they lose their footing completely. Kindness under absolute control is a weapon of peace. Seneca wrote, "The wise man is unshaken, for his soul is greater than any insult." When you stay composed in the face of absolute disrespect, you expose the deep instability of the other person. Your peace shines a bright, blinding light on their insecurity, and it terrifies them because now the entire room can see exactly who they truly are. Behavior 5, the ultimate trap, passive justice. This is the behavior that permanently destroys a manipulator's control over you. Toxic people live for instant gratification. They demand immediate results, rapid arguments, and quick reactions. But time is the great revealer. You do not need to expose a toxic person. You do not need to call them out, plan revenge, or plot their downfall. The Stoics believed that justice moves quietly and perfectly. Those who live by manipulation will eventually drown in their own web of deception. When you stop chasing revenge, you free your mind from their dark narrative. Save your energy for your training, your money, and your business. Let the universe handle the balance. Your only job is to stay calm, stay patient, and stay aligned. The truth never needs to be defended. It just needs time. Behavior 6, peace over approval. This is where true, unbreakable freedom begins. Almost all manipulation functions through a single mechanism: guilt. They try to make you feel wrong for choosing yourself, and they try to control you through your human desire to be liked. But the day you realize that your peace of mind is worth more than their validation, you become completely untouchable. You stop apologizing for protecting your boundaries. Epictetus famously wrote, "If you want to be invincible, stop fighting for things that are outside of your control." The opinions of toxic people are completely outside of your control. The moment you stop trying to manage what they think of you, their influence turns to dust. They cannot guilt-trip a man who values peace more than permission. Behavior 7, become a black box. One day, something inside you will simply shift. No more defending, no more explaining, no more reacting. You just stop. And that sudden, absolute stillness will shake them to their core. Before this shift, they knew exactly which buttons to push to break your focus. Now, nothing works. You have become a mystery, a black box, a riddle they cannot solve. Your silence becomes an impenetrable border. They cannot decode you. They cannot predict you. And they cannot control you. You didn't become bitter or cold. You became sovereign. You simply stopped belonging to their chaotic world. And that is the most terrifying nightmare for a manipulator: losing total access to your mind. Toxic people do not fear being exposed. They fear being completely ignored. Because without your reaction, their illusion of power vanishes. Your silence is your shield, and your calmness is your ultimate victory. Now that you know how to lock out external chaos, you must learn how to build an unstoppable mind from within. Click on the video on your screen right now to discover the daily Stoic routine that will make you mentally invincible. Stay disciplined, stay private, and keep building.